This is the bundle size of React application that uses recoil as a state management library. And this is the bundle size for the same application, but the one that uses Jotai as a state management library. And this is exactly number one reason why I would prefer Jotai over recoil for the atomic state management. But it's only one reason. Let's have a closer look for another one. So here's an example of the application that uses the recoil as a state management library, taken straight out from their getting started documentation. First of all, we need to wrap our application tree using the recoil root to provide a context for recoil. And then we create different bits of state. Recoil is an atomic state management library, which means that it treats you basically create small pieces of state that you call atoms. And then we define an atom called text state that has some key to identify that atom with some default value to be an empty string. And then we create a derived state or derived atom using the selector function. And then we have the key, which called the char count state, and then which has the get function that has a get function that will get the atom text state, return the value, and then we return a length of that text. And then we can use the char count state using use recoil value by passing that char count state. So we get a count and then we print that count. And then in our application, we also have this text set text using recoil state, that is text state. And then we just connect it to the input component. And then we also use our character count component so to visualize what's going on. Let's see what happens when we run this application, npm dev. And so here's this application running. We type hello recoil and we get our character count to be 12. Awesome. Now let's see how it looks, the exactly same application, but with the Jotai. First of all, Jotai doesn't require us to create a context around our application, and the whole API is more streamlined. So we have text state atom that we just set to an empty string. And then to create a derived atom, we also say atom, which just provide us with a getter, and we say get text state length. So much more simple. And then to use it, we just use atom. It returns getter and setter, same way as use state in React. So we need to just the value part of it. And then here also use atom, and that's it. Hello Jotai still works. Not only the API is a lot simpler, we just have atom and we have a hook use atom to consume those atoms. It's so much easier to write and create those atoms, create derived atoms. But at the end of the day, like I showed you before, 150 kilobyte of a bundle size for the Jotai based solution, and it was 221 kilobyte for recoil state solution. So we save 70 kilobytes for doing exactly the same as in the previous example. So maybe there is something I'm missing about recoil, maybe they have something more sophisticated, but they do basically the same philosophy of atomic state management library that weighs at least 70 kilobytes more in your bundle size, but also the whole API of using it is a lot more cumbersome. So my choice is Jotai for that type of state management. I also provide a link to the discussion on the Jotai GitHub, why they believe Jotai is better than recoil. So check that out as well. And thank you for watching.